Hey, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. How we doing?
I'm here. I told you I was sick, but it was more I was upset that Russell Wilson got benched.
I know. I'm sure it's hit Eagle fans hard. Oh, that's one of the worst. That's right. There you won't find a bigger or better fan base of Brian Daboll than the Philadelphia Eagles fan base, and I think we know why. Welcome, everybody, to the Friday Forecast. It's your boy, King, welcoming back our good friend Jimbo right over there after being quite under the weather most of the week, not feeling great. That's unfortunate. That is a shame. But he's back with us just in time to go ahead and give his predictions on week 4. Going to do a little bit of previewing, a little bit of talking, and then obviously giving you our predictions for each and every game for week 4. Will it be just as wild as week 3? We will see. Anyway, before we get to that, please, if you like any part of this, any of the part of this channel, do you like our beautiful faces? Look at that handsome young man over there. Look at this handsome young man here. Well, young. Let's go. Either way, anything that you like about this, please get that like button. A good little tap there. Just tap. See, some people say smash the like button and punch the like button.
That's very violent.
Why are we going to be so violent against the like button?
Yeah.
It's the like button. It's there to help. It's helping us. So please, click on it. Hit that like button. Don't hit it. You know, give it a tap. Give it a kiss if you want to. You can give just a little mouse kiss. You know, boop. You know, go a little like that. That's all. Hit that like button. Hit the share button as well. Helps us out tremendously. You get more people to come in here. More people see us. A lot of them won't be like, this sucks. But you'll get one or two of them that are like, I like the cut of these guys' jib. And every little bit helps. And, of course, if you're brand new here, like what you're seeing, which why would you? But if you do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. If you want to help us a little bit more in a financial way, a little bit more fiduciarily, like our good friend Pecan, who has been just the most generous and wonderful person we have ever known. He has been consistently given to this channel, and we love the man for it. If you want to help us out with that, our donation station link is in the top of the chat and in the description below. All of our links, top of the chat and description below. We also have a link for our merch store, which, again, very timely with the Jackson Dart shirt. We got a t-shirt and hoodie there available. So if you're a Giants fan and you're excited, you're very happy, oh, Jackson Dart's getting a start. Let's go, Dart start. We have our Giants Jackson Dart shirt in there. Got a bunch of other stuff, obviously, the 8-bit shirts. We got Eagles, more tuition for the push-in. We've got the Orchard Park Football Mafia with the Charging Buffalo Wing. We've got all that there for you. You can do all that as well. We also have a link for our Discord. And also for my nephew, Thomas. If you want to go ahead and give him a vote for being the Youth Athlete of the Year. They're in the semifinals right now. I forget. The last time I looked, I think it looked like he was in 8th or 9th place, but I think it's like the top 16 or 18 make it to the final. So it's a whole thing. But we're almost there. And you can help him. So go ahead over there and click on the vote. You can vote multiple times if you donate to the V Foundation. And again, that's a great cause as well. So go ahead and do that. Okay. So, Jimbo, you've been sick. You've been out. I don't know if you've noticed, but Monday night, hell of a game. Thursday night, boring game turned into a hell of a game right at the end. Poor Cardinals. You picked the Cardinals, didn't you?
Yeah.
And again, much like I think my New York Football Giants and some other teams around the country have found out, sometimes you just have to realize your quarterback isn't the guy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I like the Cardinals. I root for the Cardinals, but I think they have to start realizing Kyler Murray's not the guy.
I said that when he came out of college.
I liked him a bit. My father really liked him. My dad, the old man King there, the King of Kings, if you will, He was big. He liked Kyler Murray come out. He says, "Yeah, he's small, but he gets around there. Look at that little sumbitch. He runs out the side. He's pretty good. I like him. I think he'll do good things." And there were times there that it was, it looked promising. It was like, man, if he could develop a little bit more, get a little better. I watched last night. He had happy feet the entire game, and it just wasn't great. The Cardinals' defense looks very good. Calais Campbell there looks very good. And again, they had a hell of a comeback there. The Seahawks could have iced the game, and I think it was like 3 or 2 minutes ago, something like that. And the field goal kicker missed, so that would have iced the game. So it gave the Cardinals a chance to go back down the field, score, tie the game. But then their kicker made a mistake by not kicking the ball into the kicking zone. It landed just before the 20-yard line, which gave the Seahawks the ball at the 40. All they had to do was gain 20 yards. They gained about 25, kicked the field goal for the win, game over. So I will say this. After seeing them in action, though, I love those Sands uniforms. At first, when I first saw the rivalry uniforms, I was iffy on it. Love the Sands uniforms and love the field design. Keep that field design through the regular uniforms, through everything. Keep that. That needs to stay. The Arizona State flag in the end zone, and yes, do it.
What about the Cardinals fan there that was all painted Cardinals?
Dude, I saw that during the game, and when I saw that on the stream, I was like, imagine doing all of that. Imagine painting yourself up to look like a bird. Go to the bird game. Go on a bird, and at that point, I think it was like 20-6. Or something like that. It was at that point. Yeah, I think it was 20-6 at that point. I said, imagine doing that. You put on a little beak and you paint yourself around the beak, so you got a little, you're all there. You put in all that effort. First of all, and listen, I don't mean to be judgmental. I don't want to be judgmental. I'm not. Like, listen, in this world, we're around this globe once. We live this life once. Whatever makes you happy, makes you happy. I'm not here to judge. Everybody just do what you're happy with. Why, as a grown man, fully, you would figure mature. Yeah, I don't know this guy's backstory, so I don't know. Why would you paint your face to go to a professional football game? Like, sometimes you get college kids out there. You get big into colleges. And sometimes, even when you're older, you still got that college spirit. It's more a regional pride than anything else, really. Even if you didn't go to college, there's plenty of people who root for college teams never sniffed a fucking college in their life. Like, I get it. Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Go Notre Dame. Do you ever go to Notre Dame? I haven't even flown over Notre Dame. I haven't been within 500 miles of fucking Notre Dame. But go Notre Dame. But. Like, the idea of painting my face to go see professional sports, grown man sports, like, it strikes me as odd. Like I said, I don't want to judge. I'm not a big judgy guy. That's not true. I judge everybody. Don't get me wrong. But, you got to maintain the facade. Like, I don't want to shame the guy. The internet has done enough of that. I don't know if you've seen some of the memes out there. But the poor guy is already getting pretty cooked out there. Yeah. But also by that measure, to Mr. Birdface painted Cardinal man, don't let others steal your fun. Don't dim your fucking light for anybody else trying to dim you. I heard that from an old friend I don't talk to anymore. But very true. Don't dim your light, man. You stay out there. You know what? Next home game, use glitter paint. Go above and beyond on that shit. Double down and be like, you know what? I'm gonna shine today. I'm putting it. It's gonna be professionally done, man. I'm gonna airbrush this shit. It's gonna be chef's kiss. And you know what, internet? You can kiss my ass. Because I'm a fan. I'm a part of the Bird Gang. Bird Gang, baby. Desert birds. Caw-caw. I don't know. I just think it's odd. Not
the way
judging,
I look
just
at it
think
is
it's
like
odd.
his mindset must be, listen, my team sucks. Might as well try to do my best to look good at us sucking.
That's the other bad thing too. Is like to do all that. Like if you're a bad team, to then do the makeup and everything. Like I don't know about that. Lloyd in the chat, ELS in the chat. Great to see you guys joining us. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Friday forecast. I don't think I mentioned it with Friday forecast. I just said we're previewing games. I forgot to mention the title of the fucking program. We are the Friday forecast here on Stay Tuned Sports, by the way. Lloyd in the chat says, King, are you trying to give me a seizure looking at that poll? It's a simple poll, Lloyd. Can you not read spreads? Like, that's a most likely upset of week 4. Buccaneers, who are favored by 3.5, or I'm sorry, are giving 3.5 points. Sorry, getting okay. So how do I understand Lloyd's point?
I'm
giving myself a seizure trying to read it. Lloyd, take everything back. You are 100% correct. I gave myself a seizure trying to read my own fucking poll. Yes, but Buccaneers getting 3.5 points over the Eagles. The Browns getting 9.5 points over the Lions. The Giants getting 6.5 points over the Chargers or other. And asked everybody to go ahead and mention the other if they had one in the chat. My choice is clear, and we'll make that a little bit clearer when we're doing the picks. Clearly, I think I've mentioned it maybe once or twice. I feel bad for you, man, because it does. You have the sniffles.
And like I just took all the tissue boxes over there, but I don't want to wipe my nose with the tissues on air because
listen, you got to do it now because now you sound stuffed up too. I can't even do it. I feel bad. I feel really bad. But you know what? You're playing hurt.
I'm fighting through it.
You're playing injured like a fucking professional. That's what I love about you, Jimbo, and that's why we're here. Also, yes, ELS. I know he just had his foot surgery. I think it was yesterday, he said.
Yeah.
So he's resting up. Hopefully he's got the good drugs. They are very stingy with the good drugs nowadays.
They are.
They pulled my tooth, and they said, here, take this for the pain, and it's fucking ibuprofen. And it's like, come on, man. Come on. And, of course, once the Novocaine started wearing off, it was horrendous. Thank God I had a couple of my good friends, Edward, over. And they were able to help alleviate some of the pain there. Also set me into a fucking atmosphere. But because I doubled down there. Usually I only try to, I usually cut them up because I like to maintain like a nice little, I try to stay level. I don't want to go, I'm not trying to go to fucking space here. I'm not trying to go to Jupiter. You know what I mean? So I try to keep it nice, just like 30,000 feet flying level. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to stay normal. But that tooth was killing me so bad. I started popping them like fucking candy. Next thing you know, I'm chilling out with fucking Saturn up there, man. We were having quite the time. So yeah, ELS, I certainly hope that your foot is healing and doing well. Keep it elevated and just relax, man. Relax, have some fun, have some snacks, watching some football. We got college football all day tomorrow. Notre Dame's playing Arkansas. We should win that game. Ooh. I'm hoping we win that game. I don't know with this team. We will see. And also, the day that I've kind of been looking for, the day where Penn State gets fucking tested, finally, for once, as Oregon coming over to Happy Valley. So that should be a fun game to watch as well. But enough of the chit-chat, enough of the pitter-patter and banter. Speaking of Letterkenny, pitter-patter, let's get at her. Let's jump on over to the vertical board. There we are. And let's take a look at our picks. Bang! There we are. And as you can see, Jimbo picked the Cardinals last night. Almost pulled out the come-from-behind victory, at least getting it to overtime anyway. I had picked the Seahawks. I thought they were playing better. And for 3.5 quarters, they were clearly the better team. Again, outside of a missed field goal that would have iced the game late in the game for the Seahawks, they dominated the Cardinals the entire game. I was confident in that pick. I like the Seahawks. Darnold looks good. They look very good in hurry up. If I'm the Seahawks, I never huddle up again. Fuck that. Just all gas, no brakes, go. Like no huddles. Okay. Just have like 10 plays already called in one huddle and go. Because that was when they were their most effective and most efficient, and they looked great. We jump now over to Ireland. Top of the morning to you. Am I Jacksepticeye? No. But he might be in attendance. I have no idea what they're going to be doing there. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers from Croke Park in Ireland. That's the worst Irish accent I think I've ever done.
It was.
I can't.
I probably could do better.
You
sick.
probably can. I can't do it. It comes out sounding, I don't know. It's bad. It's just very bad.
Sound
Jimbo.
like an Irish fart.
I wish I had some Guinness. That would be good to start the morning with. 9:30 a.m. calling the game. Have a nice glass of Guinness for everybody. Breakfast of fucking champions. Jimbo, you have picked the Minnesota Vikings with Carson Wentz, the redheaded gunslinger, which I guess makes sense going to Ireland. Might as well have the redhead there starting for you. I've gone ahead and picked the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jimbo, previewing this game, why do you have the Vikings over the Steelers? What do you think gives them the edge in this international series game from Dublin, Ireland?
Kind of, as far as Vikings go, kind of the same thing from last week. I think Carson with O'Connell as the play caller, he'll put Carson in the right situations. And the Vikings defense is just really good. Pittsburgh, I'm a little worried because Aaron Rodgers coming out, like he didn't bash the Steelers, but he didn't like the travel plans. Like he wanted to be over there for Tuesdays.
I think, again, I also think that's a lot of Mike Florio and the media. Like they're trying to make Aaron Rodgers seem like the asshole, which, to be fair, is not hard sometimes due to Aaron Rodgers and how he is. But I honestly think that's a non-story to begin with. But just asking somebody what was your preference, it's like, what?
Yeah. And that defense, I think I'm on the boat of until they show me they're good, I'm going to say they're bad.
That's been the worry for me. And I've mentioned this before through a lot of our shows here with a lot of different teams, but especially with the Steelers, that was supposed to be their saving grace. That was supposed to be the part of their team that if everything else went bad, at least the defense could win them some games. And the defense so far for the Pittsburgh Steelers has been pedestrian at best. And TJ Watt has not played well. Cam Hayward has not played well. And these guys just got contract extensions or reworked contracts to get more money. And right now, they're not earning it.
No, not at all.
That being said, I'm still not sold on Carson Wentz as a backup. Now, granted, we're saying Pittsburgh's defense has not played well, and that is very true. However, as not good as Pittsburgh's defense has been this season so far, they're still light years better than the Cincinnati Bengals were.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a test for them to see if they are, once again, a legitimate team. Now, there's also some rumblings coming out of Minnesota that if J.J. McCarthy is ready, and some people think he's already healthy enough to get in, but they're kind of maybe holding him back there to get another week or two. But there are some rumblings, and I've seen, again, this is just scuttlebutt, and you knew it was going to happen, especially if Minnesota was winning, that they might roll with Wentz a little bit longer just to see how long they can go on with that. Now, my question is, if the Vikings beat the Steelers, and then, again, they play in London the next week, so this is a double international date for the Vikings. If they win these two international games with Carson Wentz, and they look good doing it, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Like, I think that could be a thing. But that being said, I am going to go with the Steelers begrudgingly. I just think Aaron Rodgers is too good, and his defense is too good to keep on playing the way they've been playing. And maybe getting away, maybe getting to Ireland, maybe having a couple of Guinnesses, maybe, finding a couple of the nice local female companionship for some of the players. I don't know. Maybe something will help wake them up, get them going. Again, I think the Bengals game for me for Minnesota, I have to throw out because of just how bad the Bengals were. Yeah, the Steelers aren't going to turn the ball over 5 times. Aaron Rodgers isn't Jake Browning. I think we can all fucking agree with that. And this Steelers defense, even though they have not played to their potential yet, is not the Cincinnati Bengals defense. All those things together, I still like the Steelers. Again, can Minnesota win? Absolutely. But I like the Steelers' chances in this game. We both have the Washington Redskins over the Atlanta Falcons. And again, sorry, Hamster. I know Hamster's not in the chat right now. But when he is, boy, he's going to be upset. But I just can't. It was
one game.
I can't see, like, I'm going to have to see a better Penix than I saw last week. Because that Penix last week was absolutely it was SAWFT soft.
A better performance from Penix.
And that's the thing. You can't have an underperforming Penix and think that, all the people that are going to be watching you are going to be satisfied. I've never been satisfied seeing a soft, flaccid Penix, ever. So if you're going to go out there, you got to play hard. You got to make sure that offense is fully lubricated and just moving like a machine. You got to make sure that you can get deep penetration onto that defense. And I don't know if they right now have the Penix ability. Now, again, I know they make pills for that, but I know the NFL also drugs test, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
They do, again, I don't know how many more Penix puns I could do here. That being said, Washington last week, now, again, they were playing, I keep on saying Oakland because, they should be. But they did play the Raiders, so take that for what it is. But Mariota looked good. Marcus Mariota looked good, despite what you were thinking with his time with the Eagles.
He took his coach out.
But he stayed in, bloody nose, because he's a football guy. He played well. Now, again, they're not going to have Scary Terry there, but they seemed to be working pretty well. You still got Debo. You still got some of the other weapons there. And I don't know, with this Falcons team right now, until they show me that they can do something, I'm going to go with Washington here. They should be good enough to beat Atlanta, even at home. Oh, Jesus Christ. Next, and I'm sorry. Listen, Pecan, you know we love you. You know I love you especially. I would love to pick the Saints in your honor for this game. I would love to. I would love to be that guy. However, I don't know if anybody saw. Let me pull this up. I want to pull this up again. Because this might be one of the biggest spreads I've ever seen, and I go to Pornhub a lot. But this is one of the biggest spreads I've ever seen. Currently, right now, 15.5 points. The Buffalo Bills are favored over a professional football team. That's a lot of points. And the Saints are, before the Seattle game, they were playing rather gritty and tough football. And I might have given it to them. Maybe if they were playing in New Orleans, I'd say they can keep it a 2-touchdown game, maybe. But they're playing in Buffalo, or Orchard Park, sorry. Since everybody wants to be so fucking pedantic about the fucking Giants and Jets, I'm going to be pedantic about everybody fucking else. They're playing in Orchard Park, which is further away from Buffalo than we know that the Meadowlands is from New York. We know that. Lloyd says, King, aren't you married, brother? What does that matter?
Yeah, I was going to say, where did that fucking come from?
Who cares if I'm married? No, because he's like, because I was talking about, I visit Pornhub a lot. And he's like, aren't you married? It's like,
okay.
Motherfucker, that's probably part of the reason why, because I am married. Like, what are you talking about? That's how shit works, man. What are you talking about? Yes. I don't understand your logic point there. That's exactly why.
Jesus.
Yes, but to that point, moving away from that point into this point, they are playing in Orchard Park. The Bills look good. I think they for some reason maybe they overlooked the Dolphins a little bit. I don't know why you'd be overlooking the Dolphins to get to the Saints, because the Saints are a team that you can very easily overlook. But I'm wondering if Buffalo, having seen Week 3 and seen things that happened, like with the Packers, like just kind of how the games got all wild, I wonder if they're going to be dialed in. And if they're dialed in, this one could be rather upsettingly ugly. So with that being said, me and Jimbo obviously have the Bills in that game. Godspeed to the Saints. Godspeed, Pecan. And hey, maybe they keep it within the spread. Maybe. I wouldn't hold my breath, though. Next up is the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. And this one is one of the ones in our poll here of could this be a likely upset? Of course, the Browns went ahead and beat the Packers last week. I think this one's a little different because they're traveling to Detroit.
And Detroit's a better team.
And looking at Detroit, Lloyd's going to be happy to hear that. ELS, maybe not so much.
They screwed me out of money.
No, listen, to be fair, it seemed like an easy bet at the time. It did.
It did.
But they are playing in Detroit, not in Cleveland. Watching what that Detroit offensive, how they molested the Rams defensive line. Like it wasn't even there. And that goes to my point about how I think the Ravens defense is kind of working on reputation and name alone, because that Ravens defense is not nearly as good as they were before. The Lions ran all over them. And I think they might have a little bit tougher time with this Browns defense. I think this Browns defensive front is better than the Ravens. The secondary might be a problem for the Browns. And Jared Goff, and you have the sun god, Amon-Ra St. Brown, holy be thy name. He might be able to go ahead and torch them and cover them up. And again, when it comes to the Browns, they have not been great offensively, as Shedeur Sanders liked to kind of point out during a media soundbite.
I'm okay with that quote, by the way, but go ahead.
I mean, I get it, but also, brother, you're a 5th-round pick. What you do is you say, yeah, but he also didn't say shit like that. Well, he was the backup. So I think Shedeur needs to, say, hey, listen, we're working as a team. We're trying to get better, and we'll do what, we're following what the coaches are telling us to do, and we're going to go ahead and work hard every day, me and my teammates. And that's is it the factually correct answer? Probably not. But is it the media correct answer? Yes, because then when you don't say that and you say what he said, whether you agree with it or not, it becomes a shitstorm, especially with him because of who he is. So you kind of have to be self-aware in those situations, and maybe he'll learn. Maybe he'll learn as he goes on in his career. But all that being said, either way, I think the Lions win here, and I think they do win rather easily. Do they win by 9.5? That is a big spread, but I don't know. So if you're looking at it, maybe take the Browns on that one if you're betting. But I think the Lions do win this game, and I think they win rather easily.
Yeah, I agree with you. 9.5. That I would have put this more at a 7-point type spread.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And we also now have a split on hold on. Wait a minute. Mr. I think
I'll be right back.
Mr. I think the Houston Texans are going 15-2. They're running the AFC. They're gonna run everything. Woo! Now you're picking the fucking Tennessee Titans to beat them at home? Don't you dare say it. Don't you dare fucking say it. I swear to, I'll end the stream. I swear to God. If you say reverse psychology, I swear to Christ.
On this date, September 26th, right? September 26th.
Yeah, it is the
5:15.
Yeah.
At 5:15, I have officially declared I am off the Texans bandwagon. They are a terrible team.
Jimbo has declared the Houston Texans dead. He picked them to be 15-2 and run the AFC, and he officially now here, 3 weeks into the season, has declared the Texans dead. They are dead to Jimbo. Granted, this one took a little bit longer for me to pick than I was initially going to, because Cam Ward has looked good.
Yes.
He's looked good as a rookie. Now, again, everything else around him is not so great, and I know Callahan's getting some calls about him because, again, he's not coaching particularly well from any kind of metric that you're looking at there. So is this a game where Tennessee can go down there and beat the Texans? Absolutely. I think the Texans are desperate. They have to win this game. Just, if anything, to keep a rare sliver of hope alive in their own division. And hopefully to keep pace with the Colts. And actually, at this point, with the Jaguars, they have to hope to try to keep pace with and see if they can try to salvage some of this season. Because right now, nothing is going right in Houston. Yes, they've lost a couple of real close games, but again, it's the NFL. It's the game of inches. Everybody talks about game of inches, unless you're Penix, in which case it's yards of Penix problems. But it's those little moments, it's those little things in the game, and they've made the mistakes, and they haven't made the plays, and they've left too much time on the clock for Baker Mayfield, which we've talked about before. It's I can't see them losing to the Titans at home. If they do, then I believe your prediction 1,000%. Now, not the old prediction, this prediction would be true. Is that the Texans then would be dead? Absolutely. ELS in the chat says, Houston Texans, what the fuck happened? That's what we're all saying, ELS.
And here's the thing too, is I don't think that team is built that if all right, shit is real, we gotta get going now, guys, and then they could pull out wins. I don't think this team is built like that. I don't think they have that I don't want to say mentality, but that to do it.
Yeah, that's the intangibles, as they say. But I do agree. Like, here's the thing, and I was never sold on the Texans. I wasn't sold on them from the start. I had them winning the division. I think I had them as a losing record winning division. I think I had them 8-9 or 9-8 because I didn't have a lot of faith in the South. And thank God Daniel W. Dimes III has proved me wrong on that one. But they are, I mean, this is a nightmare. Not only are they not good, but now the Colts are. Like, this is a nightmare for the Texans. And even though I didn't buy into them, I didn't think it would look like this. So, again, if they lose to Tennessee, you're talking about that's going to be some problems. Lloyd in the chat says the Texans don't have a good pullout game. Like Sean Alexander with his 14th child.
Phillip Rivers, you're on the clock, buddy.
I was going to say, you got to catch up, brother. Who knew? Who knew that Phillip Rivers and Sean Alexanders were having a baby off here? I had no idea. My God, those guys just love bacon cream pies. Next up, we have the Why are we this show? Why are we this show?
You guys get to see like a little inside part of me. Like when I'm sick, I can't keep a straight face as much as normal, and I'm usually laughing on the inside. But I should not have laughed at that as hard as I did.
Oh God. So now we have the Patriots and the Panthers. We both have the Patriots at home. Here's the thing: the Panthers 30-0 over the Falcons, super impressive. Especially because we thought the Panthers were, a dumpster fire of a team. I still think they are, and I know. Listen, can they go to New England and win against that team? Sure. It is a road game. So it's a little bit different than I think playing at home. The Patriots are, for being 1-2, the Patriots to me are a decent 1-2 team, if that's such a thing. I think Drake May, again, he had a bad game last week. They should have beaten the Steelers. That was, again, they made some mistakes that I think a young team, a rebuilding team, a team trying to instill a culture there is going to have happen. It's going to do. I mean, let's remember, Dan Campbell started, 0-7, 0-9 in his first year, 0-6, something like that. Like he went 0 a lot before the Lions even got a win, and then they were kind of mediocre even that second year. But the culture was changing. It was getting better. I think that's the same thing with Vrabel. They are gonna get better. They're gonna win games. This is a game they should win, and I feel like that this is a game they will win. It may not look pretty, it may not look great, but I think they'll get the win at home. Next up, Chargers. Like, come on, it's not even like I don't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I did these picks.
Stop. You stop. Giants fans, stop it. Media people, stop it. Jackson Dart is not a fucking wizard. I love the kid. I think he could be something great, probably with another team in 4 or 5 years. I really think can be something special. But just because you change the quarterback, that doesn't change the play calling, that doesn't change the schemes, that doesn't change the coaching, that doesn't change some of the other players that are on the field. It doesn't make the offensive line better. It doesn't help the defense, which has been ass. It doesn't do any of that. You know what it does? You know what making Jackson Dart the starter of the Giants, you know what that accomplished? It got the New York sports fan who calls into WFAN and bitches and moans every week because the Giants suck, like we've had for 15 fucking years. It gets them 4 or 5 days of not being on the Giants' ass. And the Giants can sit there and say, "Oh, look at us, see the fans, they're not angry at us." Then they're going to go into the game fucking first quarter is going to be intercepted, or is going to be a 3-and-out, or there's going to be, again, because the Giants have no scheme for Malik Neighbors other than go far. Just run. Yeah. Just run a fucking go route. There's no crossing patterns. There's no screens. There's nothing. Tyro Tracy is out. So that means it's going to be now split between Singletary, who fucking sucks, and Scatterbo, who I love, and he's great. But if you hand it off to him more than 10 times, somebody's going to die. Maybe him. I don't know. Like, he's going to put somebody through the fucking turf and bury him right next to Hoffa. Like, he's going to fucking I love that kid. He's great. The Giants defense can't get out of their own way, especially and you're asking this defense to try to stop Justin Herbert. You're talking about Phillips, who couldn't cover fucking Juju Smith-Schuster. He's supposed to be covering this Chargers offense. Like, listen, like I said, Jackson Dart doesn't play defense. Jackson Dart doesn't play offensive line. Jackson Dart isn't a coach, and he doesn't write up the plays. All this did was give a little media juice to the Giants, and it's immediately going to be gone after this week. Hopefully, Brian Daboll would be gone too, but John Mara is too fucking stupid to do that. That being said, Chargers win, and I don't think this game is particularly close at all. Jimbo, any thoughts about this before we move on, before I vomit in disgust of having to fucking talk about this stupid fucking team for another fucking week?
No, I'll take it easy on you today. Maybe Sunday I'll get you going.
Next game up, and don't fucking say it. Don't fucking say it. Don't fucking say it. Why did you pick the Buccaneers? Why did you pick the Buccaneers?
Because of one player, Watson. Like the Desmond Watson or whatever. You know, the other guy barely stopped the tush push.
Barely stopped. They consistently stopped the tush push. Do you think they signed him specifically for this game?
Oh, without a doubt. Why did you bring him in for a workout last week before last week's game, and then on Tuesday say, "Oh, we'll sign you now"? You finally did all the physicals the right way and everything. Even though I bet you any money, he's still the same weight. You know? And I'll guarantee you he'll probably get signed to the practice squad on next Tuesday. You know,
but I'll tell you what, you put him and Vita Vea there in the middle. It's like, who? You're not running the tush push. You weren't running the tush push with just Vita Vea there. You're going to put that motherfucker there? It's going to be something. But that was my thought. And here's my thought process. Again, this is the one team for the last 4 years or so that has consistently beaten the Eagles. They are constantly just a thorn in their side. They are their bugaboo team. They're the ones that can stop the tush push. They're the ones that can. They've beaten the Eagles close. They've beaten them by a lot. They beat them in that playoff game 33-9, whatever it was. Like that was like this team is just that team. Some teams are built to beat other teams. For some reason, somehow, some way, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are built to beat the Eagles. They're at home again. The Eagles, if this game was at the Link, maybe they got a chance. But again, the Eagles, you look at the Eagles themselves, there's still a lot. Like, yeah, they pulled out a win last week after a second-half comeback that was facilitated by the officials. But
stop it.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what I observed. But that
was all Jalen Hurts.
That defense has problems. Saquon has not gotten going yet so far this season. Now you talk about Nolan Smith's going to be out until at least November. Yeah. That's a huge loss on the outside. So now if you're Baker Mayfield too, that's one less thing you have to worry about is getting that fucking edge pressure from the outside. Like it feels like everything right now is breaking Tampa's way. Anyway, now again, they don't have Mike Evans. That is a bit of a blow to them. But Emeka Egbuka, that's a positive. They might be getting Chris Godwin back for this game. That's a positive. So all of a sudden now you have more of these positives coming up here for the Buccaneers. Again, for me to pick the Eagles would have to show me they can beat the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield and this team.
Not even just that.
It just doesn't seem like that. They've been, and again, these are two teams that have won games right at the end, right where they're sneaking out wins. Again, the Eagles just beat the Cowboys. The Eagles just beat the Chiefs. The Eagles just beat the Rams, had to come all the way back there. Again, with Tampa Bay, they just beat the Texans. They just beat I forget who now.
Jets.
Yeah, the Jets last week. That was it. You know, they're getting these late comeback wins. Something's got to give, and I just feel like last minute balls in Baker's hands, the Buccaneers are going to win the game. Like it feels like that. Whereas ball in his hand last minute of the game, I don't feel that same way about Jalen Hurts because I remember watching that with the Atlanta Falcons game last year, and like again, Jalen doesn't strike me as that kind of person. So I think this game will be close. I think it will maybe come down to that last series or two, but I do think the Buccaneers pull it out in the end. Now we move on. This might be the game of the week, and I was debating whether or not I wanted to cover this, but considering it's not a main game, I was like, might not get as many viewers. You know, we might only get 6 viewers instead of 12, but you know, whatever. The Colts versus the Rams. We're different on this one as well. You have the Rams winning at home with that defense. That is a very good defense. Matthew Stafford has been playing well. That offense, Puka Nacua, is something else. Devontae Adams has been playing well. The Rams are a very good team, maybe one of the best teams in the NFC. I think they're right up there with the Eagles, with the Packers, maybe with the Vikings. We'll see what happens earlier in the day if we can throw the Vikings in it. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not ready to put the Seahawks there yet, but maybe we'll start talking about the Seahawks as well. But I certainly think the Rams are one of those teams. I went with the Colts, and this one is going to be. I'm feeling this one as this is Daniel Jones' biggest test so far with the Colts.
Yeah.
Going on the road, playing that defense. Will he be able to have the same kind of success that he's had? The Rams are going to be pissed. They lost the game to the Eagles that they should have won. So now they're back home. It feels like you're going to get the absolute best from them. They're going to be super focused. They don't want to go to 2-2 in a division where you have the Seahawks are 3-1. San Francisco right now is 3-0 in a division. Might possibly be 4-0 by the end of the day. Even though me and Jimbo don't think so, you can already see on the screen. We'll get to that game in a minute. I'm sorry, and I try not to do this. It's just because I fucking believe And Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, I believe. Don't let me down. And here's the thing. I think the Colts can lose this game while Daniel Jones still has a great game. And I think that's something we have to look at and make sure like that narrative doesn't change. Because I'm sure if the Colts lose, people will say, oh, see, told you, Daniel Jones, he's fucking sorry. Because people are trying to say that about him after the Denver game. Oh, they just won because of a lucky penalty call on a kick. Daniel Jones' best game so far this year was against the fucking Broncos and that defense that they have, that vaunted Broncos defense that they have, which has been yet another disappointing defense in the NFL. I think if Daniel Jones has the kind of game that he's had, I think the Colts are right there. I think they can hold the team. Their offensive line is good. Their offensive weapons are – Tyler Warren has been a revelation at tight end for them. They're not going to have Pierce on the outside. He was out for this game. So that is a concern. Their defense plays well. If they can contain Puka and Devontae, and it may have to be one or the other, you're going to have to try to get – if they can hold them – I think if you can hold the Rams to like 17 points, I think you got a shot. But we'll have to see. But I have the Colts. Jimbo has the Rams. The next game, we both picked the Jaguars. Jaguars are in my booty cheeks forever. They're the worst. It doesn't matter if they win games. They're the worst team ever. They were your anti-Texans. You know, they're going to be the bottom no matter what. They win games, they suck. Now Jimbo goes ahead and picks the Jaguars. I'm thinking of a word as to why we picked the Jaguars. I'm going to count to 3, and let's see if we think of the same word of why we've picked the Jaguars over the 49ers. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Injuries. Yep. There it is. You were with you.
Actually, I was going to wait till you got down to 1. But like, wait. Are we going on 1?
Are we doing? Is it 1, 2, 3, go? Or is it 3, 2, 1, then go? Is it a 0?
Yeah, you basically have like the water boy at quarterback, the beer guy selling the beers in the stands at running back. Like how are they finding people to dress up to put onto that field?
I'll tell you what, Mac Jones has played well for that team. He has done in that. But here's the thing, and again, they're missing pieces. Juwan Jennings and Brandon Ayuk, they said, is nowhere near close to coming back yet. Yeah, because his knee was shredded apparently last year, so it wasn't a clean tear. They said so. It's just a frayed wire that he has in his fucking knee right now. So who knows if or when he comes back how good he'll be. Again, I think they could have, and I might have picked them in this game if Bosa didn't tear his ACL. The fact that Bosa's done for the season, that is the biggest loss for them. More than anything on offense, more than anything else, that is the key injury for them. And I can't do it. Now, the Jaguars, again, I don't think the Jaguars are any great shakes. They've got a lot of problems. They're trying to fucking figure shit out with a new coach. Trevor Lawrence is not impressive to me. That the defense is inconsistent at best. And they're on the road, playing in Santa Clara, which is 60-plus miles outside of San Francisco, if anybody wants to know.
That's still in the same state.
God, shut
Unlike
the fuck
the Giants.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. By the way, did you see the renderings for the Chicago Stadium out in Arlington Heights? Not bad.
No, I did not. I don't think so.
Not bad. I think ELS sent it. I don't know if he sent it in Instagram or if he sent it to the Discord. You can send it to the Discord ELS if you want to. It's not bad. It's not a bad looking place. Not a bad little setup there. That being said, again, I think the Niners were just eking out. They got a 16-15 win against the Cardinals last week. They were just eking it out. I think that magic runs out here. It just can't do it. Yeah, ELS. Yeah, post that into the Discord, if you will. Actually, for everything else, don't message the Instagram. I'll say this right now. Stop doing the instant messages on the Instagram. Just send everything to the Discord. It's a lot easier just to get all the information there than to do it. Share it with everybody and do that. Because all I'm going to do is take whatever you sent to the Instagram and post it to the Discord. So just post it to the Discord. That's all. Next game. Again, me and Jimbo in lockstep here. Ravens over the Chiefs. The only thing that would make me think that the Chiefs had a chance is that Xavier Worthy's coming back, that they can go ahead and take the top off of this Ravens defense, which, as I've kind of said from the beginning, is not that great and can be exposed. And so now having Xavier Worthy back, having him there as the deep threat, he could take the top off, which then is also going to open up Juju Smith-Schuster, Hollywood Brown, all of that. Because that's what they need, because they don't have a running game to fucking speak of. Their offensive line is not great. They cannot open holes up for Pacheco, and Kareem Hunt is just a third down back. So they are running on fumes, I think, on this point, especially when it comes to the dynasty part of it. The Ravens, whether the defense is good or bad, they're angry. They got exposed again as being a team that cannot play in a clutch. And Derrick Henry, another costly fumble. Lamar Jackson got sacked 7 times. And Kansas City, maybe at one time you were, but that defense is no longer on the level of the Detroit Lions. In fact, you're not on the level of anybody close to the Detroit Lions. That defense has fallen on hard times, which is a shocking thing to say about a Spagnuolo defense. But that Kansas City defense has not looked great. Now, again, they're playing in Arrowhead. Can the Chiefs pull off a miracle upset here? I absolutely think so. I will never count the Chiefs out. But if you're asking me to bet hard-earned fucking money on this game, I'm going to go with the angry team from fucking Baltimore, who's looking to make a point. Now, I'll ask you this question, too. Well, it's not really a question. It's just more of an observation from my point. Both teams are 1-2. I think the Chiefs 1-2 is far more precarious than the Ravens 1-2, simply because of where they are. And in the Ravens division, they can go to 1. They could lose this game, be 1-3, and people will still say they can still win that division. They're in a division with the Browns, a Bengals team that is not good now with Joe Burrow gone. Like, that was really their only hope. And a Steelers team who is not putting it together as fast as everybody had hoped. If the Chiefs lose this game, they're going to be 1-3, probably alongside the Raiders, maybe alongside the Broncos if they somehow lose on Monday night. But I doubt it. Even so, then they'll still be a game behind the Broncos, and they're going to be 3 games behind the Chargers, because the Chargers are going to beat the Giants. If the Chiefs lose this game, it might be turn out the lights, the party's over for the Chiefs season already at week 4. That would be some wild shit. So I think you're going to see desperation from the Chiefs. I think you're going to see them pull out all the stops, every trick play they got, anything and everything. Bottom of the bag, bottom of the barrel time. You're going to get it from the Chiefs. Will it be enough to beat the Ravens? I still don't think so.
I think, even though I haven't been high on the Chiefs, and rightfully so this year, I still don't think you could count them out. Like you said, okay, the Chargers would have the division in hand, basically. I still think maybe they could sneak in as a wild card. But as far as this game, how funny would it be that, okay, so we got a Chiefs team that just isn't playing well, and we have a Ravens team that plays well until the end, and they choke it. What if the Chiefs, close game, boom, 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 going all the way down the field, get to the 5-yard line, Chiefs pass it, Travis Kelce tips it up in the air, Ravens clinch the win. So Ravens almost choke another one away, and the Chiefs choke it away. You know, it'd be
that would still. But if I'm
ironic.
a Ravens fan, I'm still worried, because then you still almost choke the game away to what many consider to be a not optimal Chiefs team. And then let's say Travis Kelce actually holds onto the ball in that situation. He just pretends it's Taylor Swift's ass and just grabs onto it, holds it, and doesn't let go, much like I would, given the same situation. And then the Chiefs beat the Ravens in that kind of a close game situation. Again, that's the thing. If the Chiefs can somehow keep it close, I think that's going to be every team's MO at this point. If you can just keep it close with the Ravens, you have a shot, because they might fuck it up. And again, I've seen it all year, and I kind of said it not tongue in cheek, but I said it kind of almost like it's not going to happen again. Like it's just how often is it going to happen to begin a season where that happens? And then it happened, almost exactly as I called it. Going to be a close game. They screw it up, and then they blow it in the end because they can't play in the clutch. And it fucking happened. And I'm like, am I a wizard? Do I have the ESPN? You know, am I going to be a wong? I might. I don't know. I might. Jimbo, I might be a wizard. I'm not. Don't discount it. Don't discount it. It could be true. Next up, we both have the Bears over the Raiders. Again, I still don't think the Bears are that great. I think anytime you play the Cowboys, you have to throw that game out as being any kind of indicator of where you are, simply because of how bad the Cowboys' defense is. That being said, even going on the road, playing this Raiders team, Geno Smith, it might be time to start writing back to some people, Geno. It's not going great. I do like Peacock. Again, I don't think the Raiders were ever going to be good this year. I think this season was all about just trying to get some kind of organizational stability, and that's fine. But I don't think until the Raiders can show me something, I will take fingernails over Geno Smith and this Raiders team. Give me the Bears. You have the Bears as well. Sunday night, Jimbo, the main event. We've been all waiting for this since we were doing our Friday forecast preseason pick game, and the news broke while we were on the air that Micah Parsons got traded to Dallas. We said, oh, my God, week 4, they have to play them. What are they thinking? Oh, we're doing it in conference? Well, here it is. The day has arrived. The Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. And I have to say, Dallas's defense is fucking historically bad.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Caleb Williams is one of the most sacked quarterbacks over the last season and 2 games. The Cowboys not only did not get a sack on Caleb Williams, they didn't get a pressure on him. What? How? What? This game has the potential. If Jordan Love can find his mojo, I got my mojo, baby. If he can get his mojo back, if they can start clicking again, if he doesn't have a Browns game and brown his pants, this can get ugly. But here's the thing. Even if Jordan Love sucks ass like he did in Cleveland last week, I still think the Packers win pretty handily. Like I can't see a scenario where the Packers lose this game against this Dallas team. Again, Dak had how many picks against the Bears defense? That is the Bears. Like I don't know, man. I can't see it. ELS, he has the Packers winning by 38 plus points. Put your money where your mouth is, ELS. Why don't you find the alternate bet on that, on FanDuel or DraftKings or something, and make it, which, by the way, FanDuels? Hey, FanDuels! DraftKings over here, gabagool. You guys want to sponsor us? Listen, we pull in double-digit numbers here, okay? We pull
yes, we do.
11s, 12s. Sometimes we even get 16s. Okay,
they're big spenders. They're big spenders.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we got so if you want to get that, the number of viewers we have on here, we got them double digits. So if you want to go ahead and sponsor us, that's the best money you'll ever spend in your life. Gotta have fun with it. You gotta have fun. Yeah, we suck. Yeah, we only got a couple people watching us, but you gotta have fun with it, Jimbo.
The only thing I'll say about the Cowboys game though, this could be body bag game 2.0. And all Cowboys body bags.
It might be a body bag game in the sense of Karate Kid body bag, just like get him a body bag, because it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Now we have another double Monday night, which everybody's just so happy and excited about. And not only that, what matchups we have for this double Monday night, double barrel, baby. Double double barrel Monday night.
It's more like, pew.
We already talked about Penix before. First up, we have the New York Jets versus the Miami Dolphins wearing their pitch blue Miami Knights, whatever the fuck they want to call it, rivalry uniforms. They're going to be playing there against the Jets down in beautiful Miami Gardens, Florida, where you're probably going to get shot. But, Jimbo, you've got the Dolphins. I have the New York Jetropolitans. Again, I think the Jets overall, I think Miami blew their wad last Thursday with Buffalo. And then, even when they were playing at their best, they still didn't look great. And Tua is, well, he's Tua. And again, like I was talking about how I think some teams, you got to realize that he's just not your guy. With Kyler Murray before with the Cardinals, I think with the Dolphins, I think they are slowly realizing that Tua is just not their guy. But you're kind of stuck in this situation because you got nothing else going on. The Jets secondary is good. Their defense should be better, and maybe it will be in this game as well. I feel like this is a game that the Jets can win, even on the road. And honestly, the best advantage that Miami has against their opponents is going to be mitigated in this game because it's a night game. So the visiting sideline's not going to be bombarded by the evil sun, making it 135 degrees on the visitor sideline and cooking them to death. So that big advantage is gone for Miami. That's why I think the Jets get their first win of the year. Why do you have the old Miami Finney boys?
Well, I know last week I said I would never, ever do it. So I declare on September 26th at 5:47, I am switching my pick.
Oh, no!
I'm taking the Jets.
Jimbo switches over.
Seeing Tua's comment about, out of all people, Cam Newton ripping him apart. Why don't you come off the streets and show me what you got? Well, one, he did play. He already played. You know,
he played in a Super Bowl. Granted, he didn't jump on the fumble like an asshole, but he did play in it.
It's just showing that Tua's broken. He's even letting the outside noise break him now, and it's just not good for him. He may be done in the NFL.
To be fair, his brain is the consistency of scrambled eggs at this point. So
true.
You know, I get it. But yeah, so Jimbo, last minute. Now watch Miami fucking blows him out.
50-0.
Son of a bitch. And the last game of the week, and what a game to end on. You have the 2-1 Bengals, who are, I mean, that is, if there ever was a lie in this world, it is the Bengals being 2-1, because that's what those two wins are. Joe Burrow wins against the 1-2 Broncos, which, boy, you were hoping they were going to be a lot better. The defense has been disappointing. Bo Nix looks like he's taken a bit of a regression here, to the point where Pro Football Focus ranked him as the worst quarterback after week 3, which has got some people's panties in a bunch, and maybe understandable. Like they had Penix above Nix as far as quarterback ranking. I'm like, really? Like, what are the metrics that we're using to base this on, Pro Football Focus? I don't. Yeah. That's Chris Collinsworth. You got some explaining to do. Now, here's a guy who doesn't know how to do stat metrics. But yeah, they're at home, desperate to win a game. And boy, if there ever was a get-right game, a bad defense, Jake Browning on offense. Like, this is a game where you can get your defense right. This is a game where Bo Nix can find his rhythm and hopefully get back into a nice groove going. Like, this is a game that if the Broncos lose this game, you might as well just kiss the season goodbye, because that means that you are on a Houston Texans regression. And the Bo Nix we saw in the second half of last year was a mirage. And now we're on to what might be the real Bo Nix. And I certainly hope that's not the case. But it's you have to win this game if you're the Broncos.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. Like, the Bengals are just a bad team. Like, if you were walking the streets and you said, "Yeah, my favorite team's the Bengals. We're 2-1," and who's your quarterback? Jake Browning. Who? Like you're 2-1.
Oh, the guy with the hot girl in the white bodysuit. Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, he also had fucking 5 turnovers in this game. Whoops. Whoops. And that was, again, and Minnesota's defense is good. Don't get me wrong. Denver's was supposed to be on par or better than that. They haven't been. Can this be the game where they get right? Will Jake Browning be their happy pill, their get right pill? I think it will be, because if it's not, gonna get loud in Denver. Boy, that's gonna be attention Walmart shoppers. It's gonna be a problem. So there you go. By the way, ELS, one of our oldest and most esteemed chatters, he has his pick set up here for us. He has picked the Steelers, the Redskins, the Bills, the Lions, the Panthers, the Chargers, go, the Buccaneers, the Texans. So he's going with the Texans still over the Titans, like I am. You are going with the Titans because you now have I've abandoned my boy. I've abandoned my child. He's got the Colts over the Rams. He's got the 49ers, Ravens, Raiders, ELS. Okay, hey, listen, you do you, buddy. The Packers, the Jets, and the Broncos. I'm going through them like, yeah, no, I get it. I can understand that. The fucking Raiders? Even over the Bears. Like, I know it's the Bears, but it's the fucking Raiders. Watch, I'm going to have to clip this because it's going to be the Raiders win like 35-10 or something. It's going to be like, fuck, my big mouth got me again. Son of a bitch. But there you go. That is mine and Jimbo's, the Stay Tuned Sports Friday forecast preview and predictions for week 4. Also, I had nice little background music in there now, so when we do it, it's kind of got a nice little thing. Yeah, trying to keep the professionalism up here, Jimbo. You know, we have to impress our 12 to 14 viewers for every video that we have. Sometimes 4. This last Wednesday, without you see, this is why you're a key ingredient to here, because we did. I had to do the flagship show by myself. 4 viewers. Doesn't work.
That's why I just gotta get mentally straight and fight through the.
You got to fight through the hills to get back here so that we can get that up to like 12 or 13 viewers. You know what I mean? It's like that's the key.
And then FanDuel will sponsor
and
us.
That's what I mean. Once we hit that, once we can consistently hit that 12, 13 number, that's when that's when the money comes in. First we get the job, then we get the khakis, then we get the chicks. And if anybody understands that fucking reference to that movie, God bless you. And also maybe go to the doctor. You probably need a prostate exam. That being said, I think that is going to do it for today. Again, I want to give a big shout out to Pecan, our listener there, who's, you see in the ticker right there, donated $100 over his time here. If you want to get your name into the ticker where Pecans is, you could have done it a lot easier a couple weeks ago when it was $35. Now it's $100. So if you want to get your name where Pecans is in the ticker, you can donate over $100 and your name, poop, will go there where Pecans is. But again, we will take anything. You want to donate bits of string, we will take that as well. Anything you want to do. While the cent is still around, you can donate a cent. I don't care. We appreciate every single thing. Also, if you want to go ahead and visit our merch store, buy some merch. All the links in the description below this video, our Discord link, and of course the link to go vote for my nephew to be Youth Athlete of the Year and get a nice little article and a piece done in Sports Illustrated. That would be cool. Thank you very much if you do that. Jimbo, on this Friday, any final thoughts? I know you might have you're a bit stuffy. The mind might be in the clouds with all the the sickness and the antibiotics and the copious amounts of illegal drugs that you have in your system. No, he doesn't have it. I'm the one with the illegal drugs in my system. Any final thoughts on this Friday evening?
I think what we saw last week in the NFL with the wacky week 3 week 3.
Ooh, wacky wild.
I think it's gonna come back down to earth and it's gonna be a little bit more normal. Other than Packers are going to lose though.
You say that, but watch that pendulum swing the other way. It's going to be another wacky fucking year. It's going to be like, shut! Oh my God, Hamster, you're late. You just showed up just as we're getting. You missed all the Penix talk. We were talking about big throbbing Penix. Why weren't you here? Oh man, you just missed. Well, that's okay. You'll be able to rewind and you'll be able to put in the comments. Hey, More comments on these videos if you guys want to do that. Just because we're done on the live and you're not in the chat, leave comments in the comments. If you watched all the way through here, thank you so very much. Leave a comment below to let us know that you've watched all the way through. In fact, you can go ahead and say, type in big throbbing Penix. No matter what your comment is, you have a comment, but at the end of your comment, put in big throbbing Penix to let us know that you've watched all the way through this video. Thank you, everybody, so very much for joining us here on this Friday for the Friday forecast here on Stay Tuned Sports. We're going to see you bright and early Sunday morning, baby. Well, I'm going to see you bright and early Sunday morning for the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers live from Croke Park in Dublin. And then 1 o'clock will be the New York Giants and the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles. Then the 4 o'clock game will be the Ravens and Chiefs, and we'll wrap it all up at night with, boy, you better have the trivia questions ready for Sunday night, ELS, because I have a feeling that might be a boring stream with how that game might go. But we will have the Packers and Cowboys on Sunday night, and we will be doing the Jets and Dolphins on Monday. So we got 4 games on Sunday, 1 on Monday. We got 5 remaining live streams here for Week 4. That's all coming up. So until then, I'm your boy King. That over there is your good friend Jimbo. Wish him good luck and better health, and hopefully he gets better. This has been Stay Tuned Sports and the Friday Forecast. We will see you on Sunday. Adios, everybody.